The chaos in the sugar subsector in Kenya has been ongoing for years. It started even long before the Common Market for East and Southern Africa, COMESA, initiated import quotas to protect Kenyan sugar from cheap imports. More than 10 years since the COMESA safeguards were first introduced, the sugar industry is still struggling and the future looks bleak. Ben Kitili traces the journey of the sugar industry in Kenya over the years. Just how did the country get here?
In an economy where cash crops have been on the decline over the years, sugarcane remains an important crop with more than 5 million Kenyans directly benefiting from cane farming. The first sugar factory was set up at Miwani in Kisumu in 1922, but government embarked on expanding sugar production later on, setting up Muhoroni, Chemelil, Mumias, Nzoia and South Nyanza sugar companies in the 1960s and 70s. In the mid-1980s, the government began liberalizing trade. This exposed local sugar producers to competition, with more competitively produced sugar imports from the region finding their way into the market.
This trade integration arrangements opened Kenya up to trade in a market of up to 600 million people.
A sugar development fund was established in 1992 as a revolving fund to finance the sugar industry. The kitty is financed through a levy. By 2005, the sugar subsector required a 50 billion shilling bailout package from the government. This included 20 billion to clear debts and another 20 billion to invest in cogeneration and diversification. In 2002, there was some progress as sugar production increased from 494,000 metric tons to 512 metric tons, with prices paid to farmers rising from 2,000 shillings to 3,500 shillings per ton. But a review of the Kenya Sugar Board strategic plan of 2004 to 2009 showed that yield levels had gone down those 5 years from 73 tons per hectare to 70 tons per hectare. Kenya produces 60 tons per hectare today. COMESA had come to Kenya's rescue in 2002, introducing import safeguards to insulate the Kenyan sugar industry from cheap sugar coming from neighboring countries.
We would like to see Kenya take a more competitive positioning. And my argument is, if we cannot be competitive regionally, how can we aspire to be competitive internationally? We are trying to position ourselves as a competitive country internationally.
At the time, COMESA gave the Kenya a set of conditions for providing the safeguards. So far, the country has made only a handful of them. The cost of sugar production remains extremely high, and farmers are still paid on tonnage rather than the quality of their sugarcane. And the most vital condition, the privatization of state-owned millers, is yet to be met.
If you look at the sugar industry in Uganda, the main industries are in private hands. Kakira belongs to Madvani, Kinyara belongs to the Rai Group, and Lugazi, the Metas, and other such factories. And there's a reason why, I mean, it has definitely been proven that sugar industry in private hands does better than in public hands.
In June this year, the government released 1 billion shillings in efforts to bail out the troubled Mumias Sugar Company. The company's management, which processes 60% of Kenya's sugarcane, serving around 100,000 farmers, expects the company to suffer losses of at least 3.4 billion shillings, 25% higher than the 2.7 billion posted in 2014. Import safeguards from COMESA have done little to improve the sugar subsector in Kenya. Cost of production remains super high. Farmers and millers still suffer at the hands of middlemen and sugar barons. And the average productivity per hectare is almost half that in countries like Malawi and Zambia. The sugar industry in Kenya is still waiting for real solutions, devoid of the politics. Ben Kitili, KTN News.